landscape. So that means it is there, it has been there for quite some time, and it will be there for many more years. That's the idea I'm just trying to to highlight. So that means if some of us have not looked into that area, it is time to again see, okay, shall I just try to see what is SAP offering and what Oracle offering, and is this going to make something for us, for the alumni, like some people can be moved to that area. That's the message I'm trying to pass. So let's see what is ERP. I'll run a small video. I don't know if sharing things will work or not, but let me try to open it. I believe it should. Where are my all these things? Okay. I believe I moved to other screen. Let's not go to that one. Something is happening. I'll move that later. Okay, let's not to. I don't want to do that. Okay, so you can see here. Let's try to understand then what is the enterprise resource planning. You're able to see this slide, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so if you see the few points, right, just to understand what is the ERP applications, you can see the main heading. I just picked up from that Wikipedia. So it says enterprise resource planning is the integrated management of main business process, often in real time and mediated by software and technology. Okay, so you can just focus on the word that real time. That's the one key things from the ERP, and these bullet points will tell you what it is. Like this is an integrated system for the whole organizations, and this operates in real time. Okay, so that is why, like, if some of us, some of you have heard the name of SAP in the beginning, it was known as the SAP R3. So that SAP R3 stands for the SAP real-time three-tier architecture. Okay, and let me give you an example, like which are the companies they are supposed to go for the ERP. So you could have seen there are companies which are like big brands, and they are located not only in one country. There are companies they are operating in 30, 40 countries. Okay, so for them, right, since they're working with multiple geography, they are working with multiple government accessions rules. They're working with multiple systems. They have so many other areas also. For them, if you just develop a small software, and it is not going to help them, because they need the data on a real time. Like, okay, something is happening in the UK, and you want to somebody trying to access something in US, so that should be readily available within a fraction of seconds. So this ERP that is giving them that facilities, that is why people are going for it. Now, other thing you can see, the common database. So the if you see it supports a common database. The reason behind that is there are multiple teams they may access. Like, for example, there is a say manufacturing team, they are doing something, and at the same time there are a marketing team, they want to sell something. So they won't be waiting for the manufacturing team to prepare something and send to this marketing team so that they can work on that. In the case of enterprise softwares, whatever happening in the manufacturing, those data are readily available. The reason behind that is it is a single database, and marketing team, they know what is happening, and they can access the same data, and they can start working in that area. Okay, same thing also goes to finance team, because they don't have to wait for your manufacturing team or go to marketing team, because the database is same. They can just access the same data, and they can start working on that. So it's a common database, and you can say a consistent look and feel across the modules. So they try to make a consistent. The reason behind that is for the good user adoptions, At the same time, if they want to customize something, they want to enhance something, they want to do anything, that becomes very simple. That is where they go for the consistent look and for feel across the modules. And deployment options, earlier time it was coming like mostly on premises, but now it is also get supporting cloud. And the below area you could see, mostly you can see this ERP applications. They'll be having like a mostly financial area, because financial is such a part in any organizations. That's a core part of it. So you can see all of the enterprise. They'll be definitely having something on the financial management. They'll be having for the human resource, manufacturing, order processing, supply chain management, and the CRM. These are the most common modules you'll be seeing in all the ERP. Any questions here from anyone? Murali or anyone? I think silence is the golden.
Looks good so far, Nilamani.
Okay. So now when you go to SAP, like what SAP offers, so you could see if you see go back long time, right? It was most like a only like a Windows based application. Okay, and they have their own language, what you call it the SAP ABAP 4. Okay, so they used to develop everything with the SAP ABAP 4, and so you can see only that Windows based. But now because the technology is changing, so they have come up with the new technology called the SAP Fury. Okay, so this will make completely like web based, that can be accessible from the desktop, laptop. It could be your mobile devices, and this will give good look and feel. And they are also not completely depending upon with that SAP ABAP. They are also adopted all the latest technologies that is happening in the market for the web. Even they are working with the SAP ABAP. So the good thing is, anyone now interested to move to also SAP and work in these areas, if somebody is good in the web designing, yes, they can pick up very well and they can do it. If somebody is very good in the SAP, no, good in the Java, even they can come and they can be part of that, and they can do good. So there are one more thing, they call SAP S4 HANA. That is the database that what SAP is using. That database is called the in-memory database. Okay, which give you like this is the different technology, like which will how it store the data, and how the data can be accessible in a less time compared to the traditional database. So that is the key product of SAP. They call HANA database. And on top of that, now they have built the entire ERP, the modern ERP, that they're calling it the SAP S4 HANA. I thought to show I'll take it to the website if you get time, but I'm just giving that little bit idea so that you know. And the good thing is, let me tell you, there was time like when we started our career, that if you want to learn something, either you have to go to book to read something, or you have to go to a training class, register somewhere and do a class of say session of 1 month, 2 month, or 3 month, according to how much you can pay. But believe me, now the amount of data available in the internet, okay, be it any media, like it's like a YouTube, or it is like a internet, and is it like a some learning sessions, these are freely available. You don't have to go for any training, you don't have to go for depend upon any sessions or anyone's anything. If you just know the name, like I'm putting some name here, I can see I'm just putting SAP, I'm putting something SAP S4 HANA, I'm putting something SAP Fury. Just go and search that one in the Google. You'll be getting hundreds and hundreds and thousands of pages about that one. And if you're interested, everything is readily available. That is why I'm not putting more content to here. That name is enough.
Nilamani,
Yes.
You briefly explain about the SAP HANA. So it's a in-memory database. So normally as a developer, we learned that. So when we are doing any kind of development a product, use less memory as possible. But here you are talking about the to keep the database in the memory itself.
Yes.
So is there any specific reason behind this? How it helps? Like always you will learn as less memory as you can use.
So they came up with this product called the SAP HANA,
Okay.
and in the beginning, like even everybody thinking it is only HANA, okay, and this is the core product of SAP. And from the memory point of view, like I'm not having technical knowledge much about that, like how it is helping, but I know it is very faster compared to the other the traditional way.
Okay.
So
Nila and Murli, this is Sushant. See, Murli, nowadays, the anything that you develop, people working in Java would know it. Anything you develop, you need to do a testing part. Okay, so
Okay.
this in-memory databases are mostly used to adapt to your new testing strategies that are coming in. So
Okay.
usually, what happens when you're writing a code and you're writing a testing code, it's
Okay.
not always advisable to connect to a database while you're testing.
Okay.
So what they do is that they create this in-memory databases, and these are never used in production environment. Remember, as far as I know,
Oh,
the
is it?
the in-memory databases are mostly used for testing, or
Oh,
kind of like whether your schema is all good, or whether your if the data that's being written. I mean, people who are working in Java or Spring Boot, they would know that there are this H2 base and all those other type of in-memory databases which are used, so that when end-to-end integration testings are all done properly,